What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 8. So if you haven't seen Episode 8 of Season 9 of RHOP, turn this video off and go watch the episode and come back and watch this video. And please like the video, subscribe to my channel. It's a simple, free, easy, anonymous, quick way to support my channel. If you're going to watch this whole review, then you can definitely take 5 seconds of your time to like and subscribe to the video. I'm not a public speaker. I will tend to fumble my words and say, so, and like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. Definitely going to be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show. And did I say comment below? Yeah, comment below what you would grade this week's episode. What you thought of this week's episode. If it's anything that I forget to talk about or don't talk about and you thought I should have or I was off on, let me know in the comments. And I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. What happened in this week's episode? This week's episode was cute. It was cute. Wendy's birthday event. It was cute. It wasn't the best. I would give it a C+. It wasn't the best compared to other episodes. So yeah, I'm going to give it a C+. Maybe it'll go higher at the end of this review. Maybe it'll go lower. I don't know. I can't remember everything that happened. So maybe we'll see. But for now, I'm going to give it a C+. Last chance. The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 8. If you haven't seen it, turn this video off so I don't spoil anything for you. So this week's episode begins with this G&A event that Giselle and Ashley are hosting to promote that they are rebranding the business to some type of health and wellness, fitness. And it's just like, I feel like we was all Wendy in that moment when she was just like, I'm still trying to figure out what the rebranding is. She was like, the only thing that was good at the fashion show was the crab legs. I died. I said, Wendy, go ahead, Wendy. So all the ladies are at this event except for, I don't believe we saw Jazzy there. And Karen's not there because we see at the beginning of this episode, it's 3 days to her court date. So she's preparing for that. Stacy's the only one that brings a date. She comes with TJ. Ashley performs her song. And they asked Stacy, it was like, what do you think about Ashley's voice? And Stacy says, I can't remember what Stacy said, but it was so funny. She was like, she has prepared for this song. It was so funny. It was just so, like, Stacy's shade is so classy. It's hilarious. So, after the event is dying down, Mia pulls the ladies to the side to talk about Gordon and Ink and the blow up that Gordon had at the end of last week's episode. Was it at the end of last week's episode? I think so. Well, Gordon was like, I'm not dealing with you adulterers. So, she's talking about that, Gordon and Ink being at odds or whatever the case may be. And she says that Ink told her, excuse me. Oh, yeah. She said that Ink said if Gordon's a trigger, if he's a trigger for Gordon, then he'll remove himself. And Mia's getting fake emotional. And I say fake emotional because it was all bullshit. So, all the ladies are like, oh, Mia, rubbing her leg, giving her hugs, whatever the case may be, consoling her. So then Giselle tells the ladies, Karen did text and say she wasn't going to be able to make it. And, then Giselle brings up Karen's court case. And I thought that Giselle was going to do something messy in this moment. But she doesn't. She just has all the ladies hold hands and say a prayer for Karen. And I was like, okay. Because you got to think, it's people there now that will defend Karen when Giselle do some messy shit. Or if anybody do some messy shit towards Karen. You got Kiana there who rides for Karen. You got Stacy there who rides for Karen. You got Wendy who rides for Karen. Notice I did like that. So it's like they got to be careful what they say and do now because it's going to get back to Karen. I don't think they care, but at the same time, they know that Karen got some loyal friends there. So they watch. I feel like they've been watching it. That's what I noticed. As far as Giselle and Ashley. Well, not even Ashley, more so Giselle. So, it's the day of Karen's court date. She all dressed up. She looks very cute. And, her and Ray are dressed up, sitting, she's telling Ray, I'm just glad to be getting this over with. And Ray's like, man, I would rather be golfing. And then the lawyer comes to get them. And they head on into the courthouse. Of course, no cameras, no audio. So the ladies meet for drinks this same day, minus Ashley and Karen, of course. So this is when Kiana tells them, I have spoken to Karen, and apparently her court date was postponed until September. A day before my birthday, it was postponed to September 23rd. So while I was in Arizona having the time of my life, Karen was at court. But anyways, says yes. So Karen's court date got pushed back to the September 23rd, so it already done passed. So I guess they're gonna wait till the reunion to give us the update. So this is when Mia brings up, Karen has been losing weight, and Giselle's like, I noticed too, and she's told me she hasn't been eating, sleeping very well, and she's like, well, how about we FaceTime her to see if she's okay? And here go Mia as, let's text her first to make sure she's not drunk. And I'm just like what? How are you a friend when you throw shady ass shit like this? Kiana's face was just like. So then Stacy's like, well, she hasn't been drinking. I haven't seen her drinking since she's been around me, or whatever the case may be. And Mia's like, well, if she hasn't been drinking, then I'm celibate. And then Stacy's like, well, I guess Karen's a drunk. I was like, no, Stacy, don't feed into this shady shit. And they was like, yes, Stacy's learning shade. I said, no, Stacy, no. Don't shade Karen. Wendy's face was just like, So then we have this scene. It's Ashley's 36th birthday. She has a few family members over to celebrate with her. Her and her son's making a cake. She expresses in her confessional that she feels a way that Wendy is having a birthday party for herself on Ashley's actual birthday. And it's like, who gives a fuck? The way y'all treated Wendy all last season and before that, I don't even give a fuck that she throwing a birthday party on your birthday. Fuck your birthday, Ashley. You messy ass. So, Ashley then she shares with her family members that her mediation with Michael is coming up. She starts to get emotional and talking about how this is gonna be she's not gonna be seeing him as her husband anymore. Brings up that serious things will be discussed in the mediation, such as infidelity. Then Ashley's Uncle Lump asks her, well, do you have any proof that he's been unfaithful? Because when it comes to infidelity clause or something like that, you gotta have the proof. So Ashley's like, well, it's on the internet. And at this moment, I thought they were gonna show some clips of his wild ass ways throughout the season, but they didn't. I guess I was like, okay, I guess they're not gonna do that when it comes to Ashley, but they'll do that to other motherfuckers. So then we get this scene where we find out Mia is just a liar. We know Mia just be lying, bruh. So Mia heads to the airport. She's FaceTime and she's on the phone with Jacqueline. She's like, I'm going to pick up my man. It's Friday. And so the producers are like, didn't you just tell the ladies that you were in April on a break? And they like, how long was your little break? And Mia's, I don't even remember the bullshit she said. She said something about, well, our break was however long we wanted it to be. It's just like, she be gaslighting the shit out of people. It's just like, you just making this storyline. I don't think it's nothing seriously wrong with, in her situation. I really don't. I just think she makes shit, she adds some sauce to shit to have a storyline. So Mia gets in the car and she's talking about, her and Ink are talking about Gordon's mood swings, and Ink's like, lucky he ain't my age, because then I would have to do something to him, but he an old man, so he might tap out. And I'm just like, so, and then apparently after Gordon's blow up last week's episode, apparently 24 hours later or something like that, Gordon and Ink were kicking it at the pool or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, don't you think maybe that's because it wasn't on camera? Because Mia wanted to bring that up. She's like, after Gordon blew up on Ink, they were just drinking and chilling by the pool and hanging with the kids. And I'm just like, and they show a little clip, but you could tell it's like an unaired clip that we wouldn't have seen had she not brought it up. So it's just like, don't you think he's doing that now because it wasn't on camera? That was his main thing, was like, I'm not about to do this shit on the camera to help feed y'all, basically to feed y'all storyline. And I feel Gordon, because it's just like, y'all is playing with this man's mental health. So it's like, don't you think it was because the cameras weren't rolling that he decided to chill with y'all afterwards? So we get this final scene, which is Wendy's 40th birthday party. Wendy and Eddie, they go down before people start to arrive to look at the setup, go over the seating or whatever the case may be. So then Wendy's party begins, and the ladies begin to arrive. Everybody then came with their mate except for Jazzy, and of course Giselle has no one. But not just, I mean, well, yeah, I don't care, Giselle. Oh, yeah, and Ashley has no one. But Ashley seems to be flirting with one of Wendy's peoples, who Giselle said was flirting with everybody. So we don't know. But Giselle could just be saying that. So Giselle, as soon as, like, Giselle, the messiness cannot leave her. Like, as soon as she sees Karen, she walks up to, hey, Karen, you're free. It's like you knew her court date was postponed. So you come over there saying some shady shit like that. You knew she was free. Giselle I just can't get with Giselle. So the ladies, they asking Karen, we saw you looking cute leaving the courthouse. What were you channeling? And Karen's like, innocence. And I was like, Karen just be funny without trying. So Mia goes over to Wendy's mom to greet her. And of course she mentions that they had some type of Twitter feud. So Wendy's mom, she's like, yeah, I did say some things about you online because you physically assaulted my daughter. When you physically assaulted my daughter, I did say some stuff about you online, as she should, rightfully so. And she's like, and she brings up when Mia refers to her as a bird, and they show the clip from last season where a bird comes and lands where they outside having breakfast or dinner or something, whatever. And Mia's like, is that your mom, Wendy? So Wendy's mom brings that up, and Mia tries to apologize, and Wendy's mother kind of cuts her off and just like, you know what? I want to tell you, I'm not a witch. She's like, I'm a child of God. She says, I pray over you. I pray Holy Ghost fire. Every time she say that, I just crack up. She's like, I pray Holy Ghost fire. And I pray in the name of Jesus. And Mia's in her confession talking about something. She's like, all that bad juju or whatever, that hit Gordon, not me. She's like, when you're anointed, it don't hit you. And I'm just like, girl, are you serious? Like, what? And why are you saying it hit Gordon? Like, it's the things that you say that we just look at you crazy. Like, what? So Ashley's now talking with Karen. She's like, is there any resolution to was there any resolution? Because she wasn't there when they had drinks and Kiana told them about the postponement of Karen's court date. So she's asking Karen, like, was there any resolution from your court date? And Karen's like, well, I really can't say. And then Ray's like, well, I can say something. And Karen's like, no, you can't say. Ray was ready to spill it all. He was like, well, I can say something, right? I thought that was funny. I was like, not to Ashley. That's the wrong motherfucker you should be saying something to. Not to Ashley. So then Karen and Ashley are talking. Ashley and Stacy are talking. And Stacy's like, so it's your birthday. What are you going to be doing today? And Ashley's like, well, later I'm going to a drag king show. So Stacy's like, well, what is a drag king? And Ashley's like, well, a drag queen is a man who dresses up as a woman, and a drag king is a woman who dresses up as a man. I never knew that was a thing, like a drag king. I never knew that was a thing, but it makes sense. I ain't never heard RuPaul use that phrase, or anybody from RuPaul's Drag Race. Not saying that that's the be-all of drag, but it's just like, you think I would have heard it. Because they done did episodes where they done dragged up a female. So it's just like, I felt like I would have heard drag king. It was, I don't know. Stacy looked hella confused. She was like, what is drag king? So yeah, Ashley explains it to her. So then Wendy, I don't know if this was the plan. She was trying to make her grand entrance on this car boat, but the boat went the wrong way and went back all out into sea. I don't know if she was trying to enter on that boat, because earlier they was talking about how the rocks was so steep and how would she even get out the boat. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just a thing that she wanted to do. But it was kind of weird. So she rides off the wrong way. So then everybody starts to sit down for dinner, and they're like, well, where's Wendy? So Stacy starts talking with Ray, and she's like, did you know about drag king? Out of randomly, just like, did you know about drag kings? And Ray's like, no, I didn't. So then Stacy's like, Ashley, Ray also didn't know about drag king. I thought that part was so funny, because I was just like, why? I was like, Ashley don't care no more. It was just funny, because it was just like, Ray, of course Ray wouldn't know. Ray is like, how old? I was just like, of course Ray wouldn't know. But I thought it was funny that she just said that randomly to Ray, and then brought Ashley in the conversation to let her know I'm not the only person that don't know. Stacy is the key. She's funny to me. So then TJ threw me off this episode. So he comes, he sits down, and Stacy's like, hey, I don't even remember what she says to him, but he basically like gets defensive, and it's kind of like he's weird about it, because he's smiling while he's also getting defensive. He's like, I've been here with you the whole time. Now you're checking for me. You ain't been checking for me since we got here, and it's kind of awkward. And she put her hand on him. He's like, get your hand off me, and it was just so awkward, because the ladies were noticing. It was weird. Like, so then Wendy finally arrives, and you know, the dinner is going on, whatever the case may be. So then all the ladies from the cast, they sit away from everyone that sit and have a conversation. So this is when Giselle decides to call Mia out about her. She's like, you poured your heart out to us at this GNA event, only for us to see 24 hours later you on social media, and you and Gordon and Ink are having a good old time. And she's like, they just like, what's with that? And all the other ladies are like, yeah, how can we, like, you had us consoling you, whatever the case may be. Even Ashley in her confessional talking about something. It makes me hard for me to trust my friend, or to console my friend, or be there for my friend. So then Mia, she's like the fathers. She says the fathers, plural, of my children can get along. So then all the women are like, the fathers. And Stacy's like, I thought Gordon was the only father. So that's how it goes off. I thought it was funny. So that's how it goes off. Like I said, I would still give it a... Y'all don't have to give it a C+. I love Wendy, and I loved the party, even though everybody heels was getting caught in the grass. But it was cute, but I still have to give it a C+, because not a lot happened. It was some funny moments, but it wasn't a lot going on. I can't even remember what we see in the next episode. Yeah, I can't even remember. Mia is going to be under more fire. I mean, it looked like Mia and Giselle are going to get into it. Jacqueline said something about Giselle not having a man. It's just like a whole bunch of stuff going on. I can't even remember what's happening. I think Stacy and TJ is going to get into it again. I'm telling you, Stacy, run. Like, run. First, I was here for it. I was like, okay, they're not having sex. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But, like, the way he just came at her at that table, I was like... Because somebody said it in their confession. I think it was Kieran. And she was like, you can't mingle and have friends. You that mad? It was just like, yeah. Like, she was having a good time. You can't have a good time, too. It was cornballish. So I'm just like, TJ, I'm looking at you sideways now. And I'm looking like, Stacy, run. Stacy does bring up she's going to be going to mediation in the next episode. I can't really remember everything that happens. But those are my little thoughts on, or what have yous, of this week's episode and episodes to come. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode, what you would grade it, maybe higher, maybe lower, whatever you would grade it, leave it in the comments. What you thought of it, if it was anything that I left out or forgot about or was off on, let me know in the comments. And yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. I need over 300 million subscribers, but I will settle for 300 if y'all help me get to 300 for now, which isn't even breaking the mold, but it helps my channel build if you just like and subscribe. If you stay here for these whole 20 minutes to watch this review, then you can use 5 seconds of your time to like and subscribe to the video. It's not that hard, and it helps. It supports. It's free. It's anonymous. I can't stress that enough. So yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. Comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next review. Peace.